At small forward, at 6'7", number 17, MP.
Hi everyone, and welcome. We've got a and for an idea of how the league is shaping up right now, take a look at these latest power rankings. You look at the Mavericks, they're building some momentum right now and aiming for a spot in the top 5.
Well, right now for the 76ers, they are showing some progress. Little by little, they're becoming a better team. Now, they just have to maintain this positive momentum.
Now let's check out the starters for Brooklyn. Johnson and Claxton patrol the middle. Fred VanVleet out there with Josh Giddey, and it's Bogdanovich in at the 3, the small forward. And for the 76ers, MP is out there with Paul George. Then there's Tyrese Maxey, then it's Joel Embiid, and it's McCain in at the 2. Well, guys, you can't look at this team and not get into the topic of MP. He's been a very vocal and driving force for his squad, and he's made it known that he's got his sights set on winning the NBA Cup this season.
And you gotta love how that just ramps up his teammates, the coaching staff, and even us at the broadcast table. But seriously, I'm gonna be looking at how tough each of these group stage games are for MP. He and his guys aren't the only team with their sights set on the NBA Cup this season.
For NBA fans, early season games are so entertaining to watch, Grant. What's your favorite part of the early goings?
You know, BA, take your pick. Rookie development, team chemistry building, plus you wait all off season to see how your team measures up. And now we get to find out. 3 out of 3, perfect start. Let's see how long they can ride this wave.
Here's MP, and the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. It's on Nick Claxton.
This is NBA-level physicality, but MP has been prepared for it since his arrival.
Grant, just an unprecedented season for MP, as he was able to win Rookie of the Year, Most Valuable Player, and he got the Finals MVP.
Yeah, a trifecta for the ages, achieving a feat no one in this league's long history has ever before accomplished. We're entering unknown ground, eager to witness the marvels he'll accomplish over the full course of his career.
And for the very first time in his career, last season, MP cracks the All-NBA first team. That's a big deal, Grant.
Yo, no doubt. All-Star is nice, but when you're in that first 5, number 1 at your position, that is top of the line.
And last season, MP did something that only a few of the all-time greats have done. Grant, he won the MVP award as a rookie.
Well, BA, there can be some bias against rookies among the voters. Some of them don't like picking a rookie for MVP. But MP's year was way too good to ignore.
Brooklyn has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Claxton finds VanVleet, and here's Johnson. Outside Giddey. Down to 5 on the shot clock. No good on the triple. The Sixers trailing. To the middle. Here's George. And again, it's Philadelphia.
Sturdy play from George in the paint, getting by the contact and to his finish.
And the Nets, one of a handful of franchises to have never won an NBA title, RJ.
I was fortunate to be on those Nets finals teams in 2002 and 2003. The combination of Durant, Harden, and Irving was supposed to end that drought and save this Nets franchise, but it was not to be.
And now the Nets on the break. Here's Giddey. Oh, MP with a block.
Yeah, a timely intervention by MP. He knew just when to attack the shot. Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
And the timeout called here by Jordi Fernandez. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Here's a peek at the current NBA Cup standings for you here in the middle of the group round.
And at this point, it's still very much a mystery who's going to make it all the way to that NBA Cup championship game. A lot of basketball left to play.
Now let's send it down to Ali, who has a report on MP.
Hey, BA. Well, no surprise, MP is on a mission to bring home the NBA Cup, telling me I want to be a part of a winning legacy. That's my main goal in any competition I'm in. Victories come first. All the individual stuff comes later. Would you expect anything less from MP, Brian?
Nope, we sure wouldn't. And this guy is all in. And the second free throw is good. And how about Nick Claxton? You'd be hard-pressed to find a more versatile defender.
He's come so far in that area since he came into the league. He's become an elite defender. There isn't a position on the floor he can't guard.
Nets trail by 4. Outside Bogdanovich. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Yeah, the size of Boyan, I think he surprises some defenders.
Brooklyn making a switch here. Finney Smith's checked in. And he sinks the second. Now Maxey turned in an outstanding game against Memphis. Green. And he hammers it down right in the face of Nick Claxton.
What did he just do? MP showing some insane athleticism.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of 8 so far. Bogdanovich on the wing. Pass to Claxton. Back to Bogdanovich. Knocked loose. Lopez with the steal. MP against Bogdanovich. Lopez, the screen on Bogdanovich. MP finds Lopez. 3-pointer, no good. And Giddey's got the ball here for the Brooklyn Nets. Trailing by 5. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of the 76ers this year. Finney Smith's shot is off. Now Philadelphia with it. They're on a 14-4 run. And stolen by Claxton. Here's Bogdanovich. Council with a rebound. The Sixers lead by 5. MP outside. Lopez, the screen. Throws it up high. Alley-oop up top. Hammer it home.
How about the vision from MP? In the pick and roll, that's very encouraging to see.
Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Pass to Claxton. Right side Giddey. Oh, a beautiful reverse layup. Giddey's got 6.
And sometimes defenders just forget how tall Giddey is. The 6'8" guard is solid finishing inside.
And he's headed to the line for 2. He gets the whistle there.
No debate there. He got hammered.
And MP was first team all-rookie last year, Grant. What a start to his career.
Yeah, I was on that 1995 all-rookie team, and let me tell you, it's great to be on it. But with that honor comes a bit of pressure. Now, MP, he must continue to improve, and I think he will.
Man, how about the start to MP's career, Grant? Winning Finals MVP last year.
Yeah, well, the last time we saw him, MP was lifting the Larry O'Brien and Bill Russell trophies. MP finished that first year in style. And let's see what he's got for an encore.
And as you know, MP racked up his 4th All-NBA selection, but the coveted first-team spot still eludes him.
You have to be the best of the best to get first team. But that's something MP gets closer to every year. He's not done yet in terms of his upward trajectory.
Now here's Finney Smith. Yet to see a basket. Pass to Giddey. Shot clock at 6. Takes the 3. Philadelphia grabs the miss. They come into this one having outplayed the Grizzlies last time.
Sometimes it's difficult to get good looks on the road, but they ran the offense brilliantly.
Yeah, they seem unfazed by the hostile environment. I mean, just look at how efficiently they shot the ball.
Three-pointer, Van Vliet. The shot's good on the assist by Giddey.
Set him up properly. Van Vliet will knock that down.
And MP throws it down.
And give their offense some love. They've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, coach has to be thrilled. You can draw up all the X's and O's you want, but guys have to go out there and execute with enthusiasm.
Now here's Van Vliet. In his last outing, he had 11 points. Rejected by Lopez.
Just an effective shot blocker. Lopez using all of that 7 feet, and he does a great job of picking his spots.
MP, the pass to Lopez. And it's stolen by Finney-Smith. Bogdanovich with it. Guarded now by Maxey. Van Vliet on the wing. Three-pointer. They get it back. Outside Finney-Smith. Outside Giddey. Another shot. The rebound by MP. Grady's got 6 rebounds in the game. With the announcement of Rookie of the Year, MP now has higher expectations than ever on his potential.
Yeah, that's one award that says as much about what you might do as what you have done. It's an honor, but believe me, it comes with a lot of people expecting a lot out of you. Off to a great start. 5 straight from the field.
Back to Giddey. Pass to Clowney. Down low. Here's Van Vliet. Outside Bogdanovich. And again, it's the Nets missing.
He's giving his all, but you can't force yourself back on track.
Well, Grant, you often hear about how smooth Paul George's game is.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. Young players can learn a lot by watching his footwork. His timing, his ability to find the space he needs, it's just tremendous.
He's got his first free throws of the night right here. That's good from George.
And you got to give Paul George credit for his mental toughness. There's always lots of chatter out there, but he tunes it out and just focuses on his game.
Porter Jr., he's checked in for the Sixers. Now here's Milton. Pass to Bogdanovich. Over MP. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Bogdanovich has got his second basket on the night.
Good decision making. Scopes the situation, puts the pass right on the mark.
And the basket by MP.
You want to know why they're winning? It's because of his play offensively.
And the foul called on MP. That's his first foul. Martin, he's checked in for Paul George. Finney-Smith checked in for Brooklyn. There's 21 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Milton with it. Outside Johnson. Inside. Outside Milton. Up and over Portland. Oh, count it!
Yes, he can.
Yeah.
Now that's how you end the quarter.
Great job ending the quarter on a high note.
That's the play that pumps up the whole team, and they'll try to carry that energy into the next period.
And so we welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. All right, guys, what do you think so far about the offensive approach for Philadelphia?
The ball movement has been outstanding so far. They've come out of the gate looking for that extra pass.
And another thing, they've been on the attack tonight, going right at defenders with the ball in their hands early.
Caleb Martin out there with MP. Then there's Brook Lopez. Then there's Kevin Porter. And it's Council in at the 2-guard spot. That's the group for Philadelphia to kick off the second quarter.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Grizzlies delivered quite a performance. He finished with 30 points, and he was dealing assists all around. What a game for him, and against their rivals no less, which had to make him feel extra special. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Allie. Absolutely. He was a one-man show in that one, Grant.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same mentality tonight.
And I'll be interested to see if the opposition looks to double him, because this should open up opportunities for his teammates to get going.
Well, we have a chance to hear from Shams Charania. He's calling in right now. Shams, great to have you on, bud.
Well, guys, teams are all grappling with this new CBA, especially the dreaded second apron. Fans possibly unclear on what it means. Honestly, even front offices are still navigating the complexities of the new restrictions. But basically, it has become harder for teams to spend big and acquire new players under the current systems. We'll see, guys, how this impacts everyone moving forward.
Something to keep an eye on, no doubt. All right, Shams, thanks a lot. Grady, pass to Martin. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
We know mistakes lead to breaks. That's just textbook right there.
Now here's Milton.
I see him.
5 to shoot. Rebounded by Lopez. The Sixers lead by 16. Here's MP. Oh, and the dunk by MP.
Yeah, strong transition play is something MP will need to be consistently capable of in this league.
Johnson a screen on Porter. Here's Milton. No good, off the front rim.
And their physical dominance has been on display. A 10-rebound advantage is a good indicator of how this game is going.
Drops in the three.
And shots like this help Porter Jr. get into a rhythm. Connecting off the catch only helps his confidence.
And we're just over 2.5 minutes into the second. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Hook loose. It's stolen by MP. Pass to McCain. Let's go with a three. Brooklyn pulls it in. And at home for the next game, it'll be Charlotte pulling in to face him. And that's a one-game homestand for the club. A nice shot by Milton.
He can really read the floor. Precision pass in rhythm.
And it's Porter with the ball for the 76ers. The three. Sinks it from distance. Porter's got 6 points in the quarter.
That scoreless first quarter, that might have woke him up, and he's turned it on here in the second.
Here's Joe. Pure from three-point range.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge. That guy is perfect from the field, making major contributions to this lead.
Nets trail by 21. Outside Milton. Pass to Joe. Here's Clowney. Back to Joe. Knocks it loose. And as it goes out of bounds, Brooklyn able to keep possession. And here's what the schedule for Brooklyn looks like. On Friday, they'll be matching up with Jimmy Butler and the Charlotte Hornets. Then on Saturday, they'll be matching up with Drew Holiday and the Boston Celtics.
And you know, for that matchup with Atlanta, on paper, they should be expected to come away with a win. However, this might be one of those trap games if they aren't fully engaged.
Cornette's checked in for Philadelphia. Tyrese Maxey comes in for Porter Jr. And he makes it. Grady's got 26.
They're winning the battle down low by imposing their will.
Brooklyn has gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. Pass to Whitehead. And it's Martin with the rebound.
They've shown the power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up.
One of those guys who came into the league with great expectations. MP has met those and then some.
Joel Embiid, he's checked in for the Sixers. Martin comes in for Martin. So Brooklyn going with almost an entire new group here. Nick Claxton, he's checked in for Finney Smith. Bogdanovich comes in for Whitehead. Giddey's checked in for Joe. And Van Vliet is subbed in for Milton. Now here's Claxton. Back to Van Vliet. Fires the three. Gets the 3 ball to go. Van Vliet's got 6 points.
They're making a few more threes this quarter, trying to cut into that deficit.
You know, it's hard to understate the value Van Vliet brings to this team, Richard.
When you look back at Toronto's championship in 2019, he made some huge plays. When the moment got big, he came through and came out on top.
Here's Bogdanovich. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. To the inside. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a 3-point play.
That's no problem for Van Vliet. He eats that contact with ease.
Council, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Johnson, he's checked in for Brooklyn. You know, Grant and Van Vliet, they've got a guy who's been through everything in this league.
Yeah, B.A. Van Vliet's seen it all. He's won a championship. He's been in the All-Star game. He's been on a last-place team. No wonder nothing seems to faze him.
And Brooklyn with possession here. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Johnson passes to Claxton. Johnson inside. Rebound by Philadelphia.
That's their plan, to get him an opportunity to finish in tight. That's a miss they can live with.
MP scanning the floor. It's stolen by Johnson. Maxey against Van Vliet. Shoots over Maxey. No good off the glass.
See, that miss right there, it's why teams try to avoid the mid-range jumper these days.
Great opportunity. Just couldn't complete the play.
And you have to feel for him. That's the kind of miss that will stick with you for a little bit.
Now here's Van Vliet. 9 points in the game. With the floater. The rebound by Embiid. The Sixers lead by 23. Here's MP. Uses the glass on the layup. Grady's got 34 points.
They are passing the ball around tremendously right now.
Outside Bogdanovich. Back to Van Vliet. Claxton a screen on Maxey. And here's Van Vliet from the arc. Van Vliet missing again.
He's been just a little off the mark tonight. Really the story of the game so far.
Pass to MP. Screen by Embiid. Here's MP. Off with the layup. Brooklyn has gone 2 of 5 from distance here in the second quarter. And the shot goes in. Giddey's got 8.
And so much fight in Josh Giddey. He showed it on the interior that time.
Here's MP. Claxton with the block. Outside Bogdanovich. It's the trifecta. He's got 9.
Defensively, gotta close out a little faster. That's a look he'll make with regularity.
Oh, and the dunk by MP.
And MP is in fuego right now. If I'm on his team, I'm going to keep feeding him and feeding him.
We've got 1:08 left in the second. Outside Giddey. Outside Bogdanovich. Pass to Giddey. Van Vliet left side. And the 3 off target. And here's MP. He'll bring it up for the 76ers. Here's Council, covered by Johnson. Council with the bucket.
Their offense is really humming right now, and it's because of the beautiful ball distribution.
Brooklyn has gone 3 for 7 from the perimeter during the second quarter. Outside Bogdanovich. They swipe it. And now the Sixers on the break. And MP throws it down hard.
I've got to tell you, the athleticism of MP is really showing off right now.
And the foul called on MP. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's a second, and I think they'll keep him in, but he's got to be careful. A third, and he'll sit for the rest of the half.
Van Vliet against Maxey from the line. And the sweet roll that time on the rim. That one falls.
Not all his mid-range jumpers are created equal. That's one they'll take all night long.
MP way outside. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers. A huge 24-point lead for them. And their defense has stood out, wreaking havoc for the opposition. And don't go far. We'll be right back.
They have to be better offensively, shooting under 40%. You know how to fix that, fellas? Feed the bigs.
Stop the press. And another important. And that'll do it for us. Thank you.
With the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Hey, you look at MP in this game, he's been everywhere.
And given that he's just delivered a double-double through 2 quarters, I'm excited to see his stats at the end of the night.
But I don't think that that's the most important thing to him. Sure, putting up big numbers doesn't hurt, but he's all about getting the win over everything else.
On the floor for Brooklyn, Johnson and Claxton patrol the middle. Josh Giddey out there with Fred VanVleet, and it's Bogdanovich in at the small forward. Pass to Claxton. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. That's on Joel Embiid, and this will be his 3rd and 4th free throws of the game here. So hits one and misses one at the line. Philadelphia's gone 4 of 8 from 3, a nice percentage. Bogdanovich against MP. Here's the pick. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Johnson. VanVleet against Maxey. Johnson for 3. Kept alive. Claxton passes to Giddey. Claxton a screen on Maxey. Outside Bogdanovich. Clock is at 3. Good. And VanVleet gets the assist. Bogdanovich has got 12 points in the game.
All it takes is a few shots to fall, and Bogdanovich is in his bag, and he is feeling it.
MP against Bogdanovich. And he lobs it up, and it's stolen by VanVleet. Just over a minute and a half played in the 3rd. Here's Johnson, and a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. And they stop the action here. They're using their coach's challenge to see if they can get this foul overturned.
People were worried that this would slow the action down. But with so many close calls in every game, the NBA was smart.
The previous play is to review the play.
What this does for a coach is let his players know he's got.
After the review, the ruling on the floor is overturned.
Look, so they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
Now here's VanVleet. He's got 11. Clock at 4. Brooklyn, no good that time either.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
Yeah, right now, he's just in his own head. Not much you can do to try and push through it.
Reading the trajectory of that shot, he anticipated the big rebound.
Outside Johnson. Outside Bogdanovich. Now here's Claxton. 6 on the shot clock. Here's VanVleet. And the Nets miss again.
And they have started out this quarter shooting just 20%. Let's just say this is not the way they wanted to open the second half.
George, a screen on Claxton. Kicks it to George. They still need this. Cash. It's MP picking up the assist. Brady's got assist number 8 here already in the game. Giddey passes to Claxton. 3 minutes gone now in the 3rd quarter. They grab their own miss. Bogdanovich, no good. And here's MP. He'll bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half. Now here's MP. He's got 38. Here's Giddey. And they cash it in right away with a quick shot. Giddey's got 10 points in the game.
Giddey continues to work on improving his offensive game, including his mid-range jumper. Oh, gritty defense, protecting the rim at all costs against a guy who has all sorts of ways to finish.
This is his first trip to the free throw line tonight. The first free throw is good.
You can tell that Josh Giddey is one sharp player, not just in how he threads passes, but how he moves on the floor and gets around other guys.
Hey, Grant, when you look at the mentality of today's players, what are the differences from back in your day?
Well, B.A., through the wonders of technology, players interacting more directly with their fans and telling their own stories. Also, there's a brotherhood. It's a bit more brotherly, with players on different teams more friendly than in days past. And, you know, I'm not sure how I feel about that.
He shot 5 of 6 at the foul line. And he can't hit the second. Brooklyn has gone only 1 of 3 from deep here in the third. Van Vliet on the wing. Claxton a screen on MP. Lets it fly. Yep, it finally drops after rolling around the rim. He's got 13. Philadelphia leading by 20. Maxey surveys. Pass to McCain. There's the triple. Rebounded by the Nets. Claxton's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Outside Giddey. Back to Van Vliet. To the paint. Here's Claxton. And Claxton throws it down.
Well, they're on the right path now, but still in a pretty big hole.
But this is a game again, and the other side has to be feeling a little bit nervous with how quickly that lead vaporized.
Now here's Maxey to the middle. MP shot is off. Outside Bogdanovich. Pass to Van Vliet. Giddey passes to Van Vliet. This shot's good on the assist by Giddey. Van Vliet's got 15.
Capable of very big nights. Van Vliet has the ball in his hands a lot, and that can turn into buckets.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Bogdanovich. And Philadelphia making a change here. Council's checked in. Finney Smith's checked in for Brooklyn. Joe comes in for Giddey. Here's MP. Give him 39 to the inside. And it's stolen by Finney Smith. George against Johnson. Pass to Van Vliet. Over Maxey. Who poked away. The Sixers lead by 16. MP outside. And MP throws it down.
Such great feel for the game and where his teammates are. Maxey letting his basketball IQ take over.
And the timeout called here by Jordi Fernandez. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Brooklyn, cloudy. He's checked in for Claxton, and it's Whitehead in for Johnson. Nets trail by 18. Van Vliet scanning the floor. They set the pick. Launches it. He buries it from 3. 18 points for him.
He was solid in the first half from deep. He's a guy who can get hot. Let's see how he does here in the second.
Inside, here's MP. George with it, guarded now by Finney Smith. And then Embiid with the dunk.
Defense looks helpless against Embiid on that slam. He's just too physical.
Brooklyn has gotten 2 of 4 threes to fall here in this third quarter. Goes up on the wing, and it's good for 2. Joe's got 5 now.
Guy's just ridiculous. He's just an absolute surgeon when he has the ball. This man is surgical. There is no way to slow him down when he wants to score.
Here's Whitehead. No made baskets yet. Oh, the block shot. Grabs it out of the air. Pass to Maxey. And so it looks like it'll be Philadelphia ball. A look now at the leaderboard to see which teams had the toughest defenses this past season. Philadelphia, number 1. Number 5, Brooklyn.
And what stuck out to me is how intense both of these teams were on D last season. Neither giving up many points to opposing teams.
Martin, he's checked in for the Sixers. Porter Jr. comes in for Maxey. MP, the pass to Martin. Now MP. Clock at 6. Late clock, the Sixers need to put one up here. Porter from outside. And it's Whitehead with a rebound. Nets trail by 15. Outside Joe. Pass to Van Vliet. Puts up a 3. Fires in the triple. Van Vliet's got 10 points now, just in this quarter.
And now with 2 3-pointers in each half, he's really doing his all to help his team out from deep.
Entering the league, Porter Jr. was a scoring guard type, but he's morphed into more of a ball handler. Very impressive.
51 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Here's Joe. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got 4 rebounds now. Down low. Here's Porter. And he lays it up and in. Give him 8 points now.
Nice job by Porter Jr. attacking the interior, going after a close-range shot.
Pass to Clowney. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. That free throw, no good.
At the line for the Nets, Clowney.
And he's good on the second. The Sixers lead by 15. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Grady, pass to Lopez. 12 seconds left in the third quarter. Launches a 3. And MP gets it to go on the assist by Lopez. MP's got 46. And here's Van Vliet. It could go. And that's not going to go. Misses at the buzzer. MP getting it done for Philadelphia. And he ends the quarter with a double-double. Do it. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry.
76ers with some changes. Embiid, he's checked in for Lopez. Paul George comes in for Martin. And MP subbed in for Council. Here's Johnson. Outside Giddey. Bogdanovich from long range. Philadelphia grabs the miss. Embiid's got 5 rebounds tonight. They've got MP. Paul George out there with Joel Embiid. Then there's Tyrese Maxey, and it's McCain in at the 2 guard. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. And the Nets shooting only 36% so far in this game. Pass to Claxton. Back to Bogdanovich. And again, it's the Nets missing. And so MP will bring it up for Philadelphia. They host the Pistons after this one. That'll be the second of a 2-game stretch at home. McCain's gone 1 of 5 from 3-point territory. Van Vliet, the pass to Bogdanovich. The 3. The rebound by Embiid.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Back to MP. Screen by Embiid. MP, the pass to Embiid. The rebound by the Nets. Claxton's got 7 rebounds in the game. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Now Giddey. And that one drops.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
Pass to Van Vliet. Giddey with the screen on Maxey. And here's Van Vliet from the arc. The rebound by Embiid. Embiid's got rebound number 8 here already in the game. Claxton with the block. Maxey against Van Vliet. Johnson for 3. Rebound by Philadelphia. On the wing, MP. Defended by Bogdanovich. Pass to Embiid. Maxey on the wing. Back to MP. George, a screen on Bogdanovich. Kicks it to George. 4 on the clock. Cash. It's MP picking up the assist. MP's got 9 assists now tonight. George has gone 4 of 5 from three-point range. Man, he's feeling it. Claxton passes to Bogdanovich. The shot, no good. Oh, great D that time from MP. 1:43 left in the final quarter. Pass to Embiid. MP outside. Embiid, a screen on Claxton. Grady, pass to Embiid. Perfect pass to set up the lay-in.
Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the 76ers.
Their unbelievable shooting was probably the biggest difference tonight, but they also got stops.
Their great effort on both ends. Now, they worked for good shots, and they were stingy defensively as well, but just really impressive.
And with this win, they've tallied up a total of 6 wins on the year.
And against a familiar opponent, it's nice to establish a psychological advantage with a win in the first game.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for MP.
Throwing up the trip dub, his talent and versatility shining through, but also just the sheer endurance. He went non-stop from the opening tip.
Outside Bogdanovich to halt the run. Knocks down the triple.
A staple in Bogdanovich's arsenal. His three-point shot is as reliable as it gets.
Here's MP. Count that one. MP's got 48.
Stepping up and nailing an important shot to put this away.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to
So no problem for Philadelphia as they get the win. And remember, tonight's win means they're 1-0 in the NBA Cup. A great start to the group stage.
Well, getting that first win under your belt is huge. They still have 3 games left, but they're in a great position going forward.
And that about wraps it up. For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching.
MP, you are the straw that stirs the drink. Shaking MP. get ready to light it up tonight. Mama, there goes that man.
Up next, the Cavaliers. Good evening, everyone. The NBA season is still young. Hey, Clark, when you're on the road, what are some things that help bring teams, closer together?
Well, one of the common things for all people is food. So gathering for dinner as teammates is one of those ways you can bond. Maybe taking in a movie, perhaps a comedy show, anything that can lighten the pressure, what goes on the court, so that you get a chance to know each other as more than just teammates.
Well, for MP, winning the NBA Cup has been a point of emphasis for him. And tonight's game is huge to reach that goal.
It is, and I'll say this, every game in the Cup is a big one. Remember, just 4 teams in each conference advance, so you cannot afford multiple losses. MP will need to be on his A game every game to win it all.
Look at the 76ers starting group. We've got Maxey. George is out there with Joel Embiid. Then it's the kid. And it's McCain in at the shooting guard. And for the inside scoop on MP, and I mean inside, let's send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, MP certainly has his heart set on winning this NBA Cup. I asked him why it was so important to him, and he said it'll show just how strong this team is, that we're competitors, and that we're must-watch basketball this season. MP certainly sounds committed to this tournament. Guys,
we all love the NBA Cup, don't we? And I bet his coach loves hearing his player MP say that as much as we do. Thank you, David.
And the defense so concerned with Mitchell in the two-man game. That opens things up for others. Nice find.
And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. A nice shot by George.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now, here's Suggs. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Here's Tyson. That one falls.
How about 3 of 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
When Donovan Mitchell, Greg, is on the floor, he is the offense.
Yeah, and that goes beyond just his ridiculous scoring. It gets overlooked that he's also a skilled passer. So one way or another, Mitchell is finding points out there.
Now, here's Suggs. After the miss from Joel Embiid.
And that's part of what Mitchell brings to the table. The willingness to operate on the perimeter or get in there and mix it up on the interior.
It's his first trip to the line.
And, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last outing.
Matter of fact, a lot of his points came from the stripe. He was feeling it. Even in games where he hasn't been at his best this season, he still managed to get it done at the charity stripe when he gets his opportunities.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Back to Suggs. Over Maxey. Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Outside, George. Here's Grady. Last game, an incredible scoring display for him. Here's the break. And here we go. And Suggs throws it down.
Absolutely flying. Look at Suggs using those hops to jam it home.
Here's Grady, and fouled as he went up to the dunk. Good aggressive move, and he'll shoot 2. It's going to be on Mason Plumlee.
You know what? Nice job there on the attack at the rim, drawing the contact.
And from a defensive standpoint, a good foul to save the dunk there.
And he can't hit the second. The Cavaliers leading by 3. Pass to Tyson. Back to Suggs. Plumlee with a screen on Maxey. The shot's good from Plumlee. Plumlee's got his second bucket.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Here's Maxey. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Welcome to Maxey's world, one of the more efficient three-point shooters in this game.
Pass to Tyson. And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his first foul. Karis LeVert's checked in for Evan Mobley.
Coming onto the floor for your Cavaliers, number 3.
On defense, the 76ers, trailing by 2. Here's Suggs. They get it again. There's the 3. The shot no good. Tyson. And so it's Maxey with it. He brings it up for Philadelphia. And these guys are winning games by at least 11 points per game. I mean, they're beating up on teams in historic fashion.
And these guys are bringing back memories of that monumental season the 71-72 Lakers had at just over 12 points. These guys are nipping at their heels.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Brady passes to Embiid. Plumlee with the steal. LeVert with it. Coming off a 12-point game his last outing. Maxey against Mitchell. Here's Grady. Back to Embiid. Here's McCain. Goes back up. And Embiid lays it in.
The size and strength of Embiid, he is absolutely mammoth. Really hard to deal with. You may need a couple of guys to box him out.
And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout here. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. Brook Lopez is checked in for the 76ers. He's been on fire lately. Let's take a look at your Eastern Conference Player of the Week, the Kid.
And you just look at the point totals that he has posted up during that time frame. Just some unreal numbers. Hard to argue with him as the pick when he is just putting up huge stats on offense and carrying this team with his scoring ability.
And safe to say, MP wasted no time establishing himself as a player to watch in his career. You know, Greg, his name can already be thrown around as one of the greatest to ever play.
And it's strange to see that happen so fast for a player like MP. The accomplishments and accolades he's achieved, MP is on a clear path towards greatness.
And here is Suggs. After Paul George getting his 3 to go. 6 to shoot. Over Maxey. And that one's good. Suggs has got his second basket of the night.
Boy, I like Suggs knocking down that mid-range jump shot. That's what the defense gave him. Make him pay for it.
Lopez, a screen on LeVert. The kick out to Lopez. From the arc. LeVert grabs the miss.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
You know, Clark, the days of trust the process are long gone. The Sixers are now focused on the now.
As well they should be, Kevin. With a superstar big guy in his prime and Joel Embiid, there's no time like the present. And it's not going to last forever, so they need to capitalize.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, the Kid in his last game against the Pelicans was all business. He contributed 61 points, and he was efficient out there. That stat line was really unbelievable. It's something you really had to see to appreciate. Back to you guys.
Yeah, David, in stretches, he was absolutely dominant. Greg, he'd love to match that performance tonight.
This team needs his contributions. When he's right, he makes winning plays time and time again.
For sure, and draws so much defensive attention that it opens up opportunities for others.
And here are the Cavaliers now after the missed 3 from Lopez. Pass to LeVert. Lets it go with a 3. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right.
Tyson calls timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Look at Philadelphia, third best record here in the early going. And checking out Cleveland, just a few spots below there.
And seeing where the 76ers are, they're proving that all the talk we heard about them in the preseason was warranted. What a role this group's been on here early on.
It appears to me, though, that this group has all the ingredients for a special season.
And bursting through inside, so difficult to contain when Mitchell's on the attack.
A loaded backcourt. It's Garland and Mitchell. Plumlee out there with Wade. And it's LeVert in at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Garland looking it over. Mitchell wide open. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Garland. Mitchell's got 13.
And that gets him going here in the second after hitting 2 from long range in that first.
They grabbed their own miss. Brady tried to bank it in, but he misses. And so LeVert will bring it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And this is the first season matchup for them against this 76ers team. Plumlee sets the pick for Mitchell. Goes up on the high post. LeVert with a wide open look. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Embiid with a screen on LeVert. Grady passes to Embiid. In close, Embiid gets it to fall.
Guys, I tell you what, feels like everything is coming easy to him. Just taking what he sees and capitalizing.
And here is Mitchell. 13 points in the game.
And you know, guys, with Embiid on the floor, it's not just about his individual play. He changes everything for everyone on that team. That's how dominant he is. It's not just statistics. His presence alone propels him.
Brady's shot is off.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
It's blocked. Embiid with a screen on Garland. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And a big part of perimeter defense, Greg, avoiding screens. Some of the tricks of the trade in that regard.
Well, sometimes you have to get skinny. I mean, other times it's using your strength. A lot goes into it. Also, you know, getting a cadence for the screener. It's one of the more challenging aspects of NBA defense.
Brook Lopez checked in for Philadelphia. Maxey comes in for Kevin Porter.
You know, one thing about Jalen Suggs, he takes a ton of pride in his defense. I mean, he's shut down some really good scorers in this league.
Jalen Suggs.
Both free throws good from Suggs.
Trying their best to make a comeback. Can't fault their performance from the line, especially this quarter. That's one of the ways you trim a deficit.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Pass to Tyson. Maxey against Suggs. Here's Mitchell. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Great D that time from the kid. Here's McCain. Down low and stolen by Mobley. Here's Tyson. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game.
Well, you really have to like how George uses his body effectively down low there. I mean, the defense pretty much has no choice but to foul him in that situation.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Yeah, you have to make teams pay for fouling you. That's why they call them free. And they've done exactly that, made them pay.
And both free throws good for Paul George.
And a great job from the line this quarter. They've gotten their percentage way up there.
Now Mobley. This game he had 12. Pass to Tyson. Jacks up a 3. Lopez grabs the board. The 76ers leading by 8. Here's Grady. Lopez a screen. for three. And the rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Last game matched up with the Magic. Tough loss there.
Yeah, for that loss, you can credit their defense or lack thereof. Too many breakdowns on that end of the floor.
Yeah, and that's really inexcusable. I mean, there's just no way that you can justify that. When you don't put the work in on defense, you're going to end up on the losing end.
1:22 left here in the second. To the inside. Pass to McCain. The three from George. Plumlee with the rebound. Plumlee's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, Brook Lopez started off, of course, as a post scorer. But he's completely reshaped his game over time, becoming a three-point threat and a defensive stopper. He said, I tried to focus more on being a pillar at the defensive end, someone my teammates can rely on. I'm always talking in the paint, letting them know I'm there to back them up. Kevin?
He's got great communication skills, David. Thanks for the report. Pass to Suggs. A miss that time. Would have put him up.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Maxey, no good.
That's exactly the look they wanted, guys. Right guy, right play, wrong result.
Mobley with it. Now one near Suggs as he lets it go. From outside, off the mark. Maxey in the corner. To the middle, and stolen by Mobley. The deep three for Mitchell. And that one released in time, but no good. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. 76ers lead by 2. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the 3rd quarter after our halftime.
Welcome, folks. The Philadelphia 76ers going head.
I know my partner here appreciates the brute force, especially on the glass, right, Shaq? And they're in a good spot because of it.
And let's turn our attention now. And that concludes.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. It's been one outstanding game from Donovan Mitchell.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
Taking a look at the 76ers, Paul George is out there with the kid. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. And there's Embiid. And it's McCain in at the 2-guard position. For the tie, and it's good on the layup. Tyson's got it all tied up now for the Cavs.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
Pass to Embiid. Here's Grady, covered by Mobley. Here's the 3. And that one's good. Maxey's got 11 points.
That corner shot, not a problem for Maxey. With his accuracy, he makes short work of that look.
Mitchell kicks to Plumlee. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Tyson. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. 10 points for him.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Brady passes to Embiid. Out the basket. And the 76ers lead by 2.
Pick and roll comes fairly easily to Embiid. Taking what the defense gives him, he's a pretty intelligent baller.
Pass to Tyson. Mitchell outside. And another 3 for Cleveland.
And really, as the 3-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Yeah, and they either have been unwilling or unable to take that shot away.
Cleveland's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. The quick look, no good that time. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. A nice shot by Grady. And now that's 11 points for the kid. Third quarter here and 5 lead changes so far.
And guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout here. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys.
And a moment here to see the numbers for George. He's averaging 15 points a game, 5 assists and 4 rebounds. And you talk about guys who just have a nose for putting up points. He is one of them.
Yeah, he sure is, and he rarely has back-to-back bad games. If he has an off night, he usually follows that up with a big night.
The shot no good. Tyson. The 76ers lead. Suggs with the steal. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Embiid's got 8 rebounds in this game. Drives to the hoop. Brady's shot is off. Cavaliers have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. On the wing, Mitchell. Mobley, a screen on Maxey. Tyson. And another miss by Cleveland. The 76ers shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. Here's Grady. 11 points in the game. Outside for George. A 3. Pocket 6. Another miss by Philadelphia. A tight game here in Cleveland. Here's Tyson. He's covered by Maxey. Inside. Here's Mitchell. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And people still talk about Mitchell being undersized. I think he's proven his athleticism more than makes up for that.
Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
All the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
And so he hits both. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. To the paint. Here's Tyson. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined.
And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time.
After the review, the ruling is overturned.
Original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
The shot by Mitchell, no good.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
Here's Grady, 13 points in the game. From deep, George, that's good. He's 5 for 9.
Because of his incredible scoring ability, many consider George to still be a star.
Mitchell looking it over. To stop the run. Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring, but let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession. And here's Grady. He's scoring at a rate that puts him at another level. As impossible as it seems, he's truly averaging about 36 points a game. And Lopez throws it down.
Putting that stanchion to the test, the big fella, banging it down.
Cavaliers trailing. 52 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Kolek. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Here's the screen. 5 to shoot. LeVert from outside. Drills it from outside. LeVert's got 5.
Boy, you look at the shots like that LeVert makes, and you have to be happy for the progress he's made because he's worked at it.
Lopez, a screen on LeVert. Takes it inside. Stolen by Garland. Now here's LeVert. Defense right on him.
Boy, Karis LeVert reads defenders very well. This guy is an instinctive offensive player.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
Boy, it definitely was a disappointing part of his game this year. Not the numbers he was hoping for from the stripe.
Here's Kolek. Second chance effort, and he lays it up and in. Kolek has got the lead up to 5 now for the Cavs.
Well, I love the way he goes after it there. I mean, and you've got to respect that. He's rewarded for his efforts of pursuing the ball.
And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Yeah, platinum level dime dropping there, fellas. Accurate and on time.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. We've got Wade. He's out there with Karis LeVert. And it's Chavez in at the center position. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Back to Garland. Cleveland moving the ball around. Shot clock at 6. Here's Kolek. Wade finds Garland. No good on the triple. The 76ers trail by 5. There's Porter with the 3. Chavez with the rebound. Here's Kolek. Pass to LeVert. Lets a floater go, and Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Here's Martin. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Outside Garland. Takes it off the glass. Garland's got the lead back up to 5 now for the Cavs.
Fearless move by Garland inside, going for the high percentage shot.
Embiid with a screen on LeVert. Pass to Embiid. Outside Martin. Here's Council. And he's good on the 3-ball. Council's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And so Garland will bring it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Free throw line jump shot. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Brady's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And now a chance to see what's coming up for Philadelphia. On Wednesday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the Boston Celtics. And then on Friday, the Atlanta Hawks coming to town. That will tip off a homestand for them.
And for that matchup with the Kings, it's going to be an all-out battle. And you just hope they are rested and able to execute their game plan, as it's going to be a tremendous challenge.
Donovan Mitchell's checked in for the Cavaliers. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Buries it from three-point range.
Once again, he's able to knock down the long-range jumper. He's on automatic. Just a brilliant game.
And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. He's not taking any chances and wants to huddle him up right away. The 76ers making a switch here. Council's checked in. Porter against Garland. Embiid the screen. Takes a three. Kolek grabs the miss. Cleveland leading by 4. And Garland has it in the corner. To the inside. Here's Wade. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Here's Grady. Outside Porter. Here's Grady. Wade is covered. Embiid climbs the ladder, if that's even possible.
I tell you, Embiid's teammates absolutely love setting him up. I mean, they know he's going to finish strong every time.
Outside Garland. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. Cavaliers making a switch here. A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Porter looking it over. Pass to Grady. Embiid in the corner. Knocked loose. Stolen by Mitchell. Money from the wing. Mitchell's got 10 points in just the second half. And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Cavaliers.
They have been a wrecking ball defensively, coming up with steals, being active with their hands, and just doing a terrific job of disrupting the rhythm.
The shooting's been great, but also how about the energy level? That's what's impressed me the most. They've been getting it up and down in transition, and that takes effort.
Pass to Tyson. Back to Garland. Plumlee with the screen. Mitchell kicks to Garland. 5 on the clock. Let's go. And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
Wide open, and still, surprisingly, he wasn't able to cash in.
Here's Grady. He's covered by Suggs. Stolen by Garland. One-on-one here. And Suggs throws it down.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Exactly. I mean, when you're running neck to neck, those kinds of mistakes tip the scales.
Pass to Embiid to tie it up. And it's Suggs with the rebound. Cleveland leading by 3. Garland dishes to Plumlee. Good D by Embiid.
You know, I think the effort on defense there has everything to do with why he missed that shot. Well done.
McCain, and again, Philadelphia turns it over. And Cleveland making a change here. Mobley's checked in. Paul George, he's checked in for the 76ers. Tyrese Maxey comes in for Porter. Pass to Suggs. Mobley kicks to Suggs. Mobley sets the pick for Suggs. Buries the long-range jumper. And the Cavaliers lead by 6.
He can be dangerous from outside. Sure, he didn't get one to go in the first, but we know he can get on a roll and knock him down.
Here's Grady. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
the real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Maxey against Suggs. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Maxey.
Really good aggressive take from Suggs, giving the defense no choice but to foul him there.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
You know, their lead could be larger right now, but their efficiency from the line has tailed off just a bit.
Brady passes to George. No good on the three.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Now here's Mobley. Mobley, a screen on Maxey. Suggs against Maxey. Here's the teardrop, and it's laid in by Suggs. Suggs has got the lead up to 6 now for the Cavs. To the wing right side. Here's Grady. Misses the three.
And that shot isn't the one they should be taking if they want to make this comeback happen.
At the top of the key, Plumlee. Mobley outside. Mobley sets the pick for Mitchell. Again, the Cavaliers score.
Again. It's Donovan Mitchell with a huge night. One of the premier players in our league.
Good ball movement here by the 76ers. There's 1:17 left to play here in the fourth. To the middle. Here's Embiid. And the dunk by Embiid.
What confidence from Joel Embiid. Knocked that one down in a clutch situation.
Mitchell with it. Three-pointer. And he stays with it.
Terrific play there. He gets to the long rebound, which keeps the clock running.
And got rid of it promptly. Mitchell wasting no time.
Down low, here's Grady. Pass to Embiid. Over to the left wing. Here's Grady. Fires for three. Mobley with the rebound. This game looks like they've got it just about wrapped up.
Yeah, just got to work that clock and take care of the ball. Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
Not by a long shot. It's all but official.
Fires from the wing. Plumlee with the rebound. And so it's Mobley now who brings it up for Cleveland. Pass to Tyson. We see the Cavaliers get the win here. This team.
Season's not over. Plenty of time left.
Yeah,
We all have our bad days.